How to find a niche product to sell online. I went through 34 product tries over 5 years before I had one that worked. Sane people get a job or give up. What I'm gonna teach you in this video is exactly what's worked for me in product creation and the vast misunderstanding that the rest of the entrepreneur world is trying to shove down your throat. Let's dive in. All right, first I just gotta complain about the title of the video that you're watching. Niche. Please define it. And right now in the comments, tell me, what is a niche? What's fascinating, and even just for fun, if you're like, I'm not gonna type in Steve, I'm too good. Sure, that's fine. Scroll down and look how many definitions there are. That's why I don't try to do it. If you can't define it, it's hard to do it. Okay? I kill the word niche. I destroy that term. What is it? I have no idea what a niche is. Niche? Are you just saying like constricted? Are you saying small? I don't want that. I want big, massive, large, highly competitive, huge, bloody red ocean. Okay, that's what I want to look for, okay? So I'm going to show you guys in this 3 different things that I do to find a niche or highly sought after product. First, sell what people are already buying. Now, I've talked about a lot of these kinds of principles. There's an event it was my event as a little bit over a year ago. There was a lady that was sitting in the front row. I remember right now. She was sitting in the front row over on the side. And I was like, hey, you guys doing? What questions do you guys have before we get started? She raised her hand and she goes, my dad does not think that you're right about this whole internet marketing game. Like, this stuff just doesn't work. And if you get offended, that's fine. Just tell me below how mad you are. Could use the algorithm boost. I said to her, are you coachable right now? And she goes, yeah. And I said, can I ask you a quick question that might be too vulnerable? She said, sure. I said, is your dad rich? She goes, no. And I said, then I wouldn't listen to him about money advice. I actually know what I'm talking about, right? You might need to uninstall some beliefs about what people have been telling you about products and sales and the internet and the dot-com bubble and all this garbage. This is very much still a very, very lucrative. The whole world's not even on the internet yet. Think about that. That's amazing. You didn't miss it. But this whole niche product thing, don't do it. This first principle is about that I want to sell what people are already buying. But Steve, if they bought a book on finance, that means they won't buy my book on finances. Everyone go look at your bookcase right now. How many books do you have on the same topic? Case in point. It actually means that the second purchase, let's say it's another book, the second purchase is actually faster and easier than the first purchase. The second yes is always easier than the first yes. So this idea, and it's a very natural idea, I can't sell what everyone else is selling because they already have been buying it from other people, right? That's a totally false perception. So the first thing I do to find a niche product is I look to see what other people are buying, okay? You don't have to be 100% better. You gotta be like 5% better. That's it. 5% better, 95% different. So stick with me because I want to show you 2 other ways, 2 things that I do. After I find out what people are actually purchasing, I'm going to go make something similar, just a little bit better. That's security. That means that I actually will make something that's probably going to be sellable. They're already used to buying it. They've been practicing, man. They've been going through and buying all these other things, right? I doubt that you own right now the first car that you ever owned. Right? You probably, so it's an entrepreneurial misbelief. You don't have to make this brand new, totally prolific, something that nobody's ever seen before product. That's what college taught me. I'm never going to bash higher education, but my college taught me, look, you got to make something that's prolific, that's brand new, that's something no one ever seen before. And when you think about that, your market hasn't actually practiced buying a similar thing. If it's truly blue and new and never seen before, that's a lot of education you got to go through to get them to even be interested in buying that. Fascinating. So it's actually security for you, although it'll feel opposite. It's security for you to sell similar things to what people are already purchasing, just on the cusp of innovation and newness. Let's dive into principle number 2 here. We want to solve what I call follow-up problems. And I've talked about these many times before, but they're a gift to humanity. They're a gift to entrepreneurs, okay? Think about the first time you ever went and you bought a car. What were some of the problems that are now on your plate now that you own a car? You bought a solution, but you also bought a bunch of follow-up problems. Dang it, I got to maintain it. I got to get gas in there. I got to I got to know the laws. Does that make sense? And so what really you're doing when you find, okay, I've found all these cool products that people are already purchasing. I'm going to choose an area, and my whole goal is to be just 5% better, 1% better. Okay, you don't need to be like Elon Musk style product creation to make money. You just don't. But a lot of new entrepreneurs think that. Like, I gotta be that level of genius, nuts, psycho, crazy brilliance in order to have success as an entrepreneur. Not true. You gotta be like 1% better. Okay? That's it. And so it's better for you to choose a product that way. Okay? So how do we do that? The way I do that is I just talked about it, is the follow-up problem. Okay? When I first launched one of my products leaving my job, I didn't do it until I had a whiteboard full of problems that my product would create. Isn't that interesting? All these problems that people were having inside of a market. I didn't have any revenue. I didn't have a product. I don't recommend that, all right? That was really scary. But what made me feel secure to leave my job was the fact that I had a whiteboard full of problems. Okay? All entrepreneurship is valuable problem solving. That's all it is, right? And so if you don't know what all the problems are that are basically being felt by your dream customer, don't launch. And you're not going to be 1% better. Okay, that's it. That's all this game is built around. It's you being 1% better, solving valuable issues people have. Okay, before I dive into the third principle, which none of this works without the third one, so stay tuned. I do want to ask you to go ahead and subscribe, hit the like button, and I thought it'd be kind of fun. What was everyone's first product try? Put it in the comments down below. Mine was when I was selling laser pointer pens in high school. They're pens with laser pointers on the top, and I almost got expelled for it. A really funny story. What's yours? I want to hear it down below. I cannot stress this final principle enough. You have to start selling your thing before it's ready. Whoa, my gosh. I already hear it through the lens, through the interwebs. All right, I totally get it. It feels scary, but if you think about it, Hollywood does that to their product, movie, right? A year before, is it done? No. They're talking about it to build pressure and good pressure and anticipation and excitement about this future date and time, right? That's how they're building excitement. That's how they're getting the word out that this thing's coming on this future date. Okay? A year in advance, they're talking about their product. It's not even ready. Think about what Elon Musk did with his car, his truck, which that is not a truck. I own a truck. That thing's cool. Don't call that thing a truck. My truck is a truck. Anyway, but you see what he did? It's not even built. And he raised how many millions? Right? And he sold the truck, and now he's creating it. There's a lot of softwares that are out there that are like that. They're like, hey, we have this single function. It's awesome. You can purchase that now. But where we're really trying to take this is over here. We're going to give you beta pricing while you help us figure out exactly what you need us to create. Okay? This principle is huge. Steve, how do I do this? I have an info product. Or Steve, I'm a coach. This doesn't work for me. You have to shut that voice up, slap it around a little bit, and realize that's what's keeping you broke. All right? Ask, how can I do what Steve's teaching right now? Okay? How can I announce this future thing way before it's ready? I'm telling you this because I spent 8 months on my first info product, didn't tell a soul. What do you think happened when I launched it? There was no launch. I wasted 8 months. I would say waste, okay? I learned a lot, but I wasted 8 months. I was in the army, I was in school, kids. I was squeezing out 2 or 3 hours a day from midnight to 2 or 3 a.m. for 8 months. And then have it not work, that was costly. It was very energetically expensive for it to not work. I'm trying to save you from that. Don't get so married to the product that it has to be finished by the time you start feeling ready to sell. Okay, for 99% of business, it's just not a reality. Start selling it ahead of time, right? And we do that by announcing the future season when it'll come out, even if you don't know the date yet, right? Think about Hollywood, coming next summer, right? That's basically it. So we need to go in and start announcing it in the future and see if people are trying to give you money before you actually finish all the product. I've rolled out coaching programs like this. I've rolled out information products. I've watched SaaS companies do this. You can do this. You can do it with pretty much any company style, right? Especially on launch. Start selling it before it's ready to test excitement. If there isn't any, maybe don't finish making the product, okay? This should save you a lot of time and energy and money. Hey, I got a free presentation for you on internet launches. It's some of my favorite campaigns. Over the last few years, what are the campaign styles? I'm not talking about paid ads. I don't know how to do paid ads. Okay, but what are the campaign styles that have been the most profitable and lucrative for me? You'll learn about that. It's a free presentation. Go to internetlaunchsecrets.com and check it out.